Hey everyone, and welcome back to Techtonica. We now have the power we need to unlock this elevator. So, it wanted 1200 megajoules of accumulated power. We've got that. We've got a little bit over that. If I hit this button,
Power restored to EFES freight elevator. Awaiting executive level security authorization.
Handing this one over to you, sir.
Do not be concerned. System receive authorization Zeta 17.
Request denied. Authorization restricted to flag officers.
That should not have occurred.
Flag officers. Wait, I remember them. Pacific did this?
Please, I need a moment to concentrate. A memory is taking form. System, receive Phoenix Protocol Omega 15.
Standby. Confirming planet-wide eligibility. Phoenix protocol confirmed. Freight elevator initialized. Fulfill production quota to operate.
A production quota?
Yes. Yes, I remember now.
Sir, are you alright?
The quota is unbreakable, Sergeant. We must fulfill it to proceed.
Sir, that isn't the point. These elevators aren't supposed to have quotas that prevent them from moving. This is captivity. This is not what the expedition was about.
There's no need to reach conclusions prematurely. It may be that this quota was instituted to compensate for catastrophic loss of production elsewhere. Or everywhere.
If the loss was that catastrophic, our crew could be in trouble in any sector. Anywhere.
Yes. And we are standing before the only way to reach them. Groundbreaker, you will show this quota what I know you are capable of. Proceed.
2,500 iron frames. 2,500 copper frames. I don't have that. I'm currently converting them into the reinforced iron and reinforced copper.
Facility access door unavailable. Restore freight
Really?
elevator operations to unseal.
And I got the power to it, and now it wants tons more. That's kind of ridiculous. I know this is a factory game, but that's going a little far. Let's go back to Victor. Right, now as you'll see, I've got belts that need to happen. Got some advanced circuits happening here, but I need 500 to do this. 360. Need another 100 for Victor. And that gives us this level, I think. Okay. So we probably need these are powered by fuel. I want ones that are powered by like power. That would be nice. This one says electric motor. I wonder. I'll do it.
You'll need relay circuits to build those Mark II machines, Breaker. And I think upgrading PT X-ray is the only way to make that possible.
Upgrading X-ray. And we can't quite see what it wants me to. Relay circuit. Tier 4. X-ray tier 4. So I've got the concrete I need for that one. And I'm working towards the chunks, but that like not 200 chunks. There's a lot. As I said, I've got this thing here making frames. If I need 2,500 normal frames, and there's no point in me doing this, I'm better off taking this out. Because I actually need to upgrade. Oh my gosh. We need to expand a lot. Right, what can I do? Probably just need to pop this out of the way and then put a chest here. Do that. I have a spare chest on me. Yep, I do. Now I've taken that off my bar. Alright, well I need to somehow get faster ones of these. It's gonna be fun. I need to probably expand a lot of what I've got going on here. Because yes, I haven't got, you know, tracks and tracks of construction, because I'm kind of not playing it in true like Factoria style where we'd have tons of stuff flowing everywhere. Not quite what I need. I probably need to put a fast inserter on this. Okay, so I got a lot of stuff to do, I guess. Need tons more of the iron and copper chunks, and that's just to upgrade one level, and then I'm going to have to see what it wants for the next level, so bear with me. Here comes a cut, and however long it takes me to do this, and I'll be back once I'm done. So it's now the next day, physically, in real time. I left the game running overnight for the 2,500 frames. I need to work out some bolstering of the actual process itself. I've just run this belt down here to be able to feed my drills, because the only thing that ran out of power was one of the furnaces over here overnight. Everything is backed up. We've got tons of tech, you know the little things, whatever they're called again. Go on, blank. Cores, research cores. Got a bunch of them sit up here because that is full. I've got another bed ready to go, but I don't want to enable it yet because I want to be selective. Got a ton of this sitting here. I'm not sure whether I want to feed it out onto this belt because we do have some stuff that we haven't activated yet that we may need to activate to move forward. What is that? Why you got an exclamation point on you? Where is the new item? be a new item. Oh, there. That's cool. All right, so we do have the 2,500. I've just set up a little thing here to be able to craft up some more reinforced frames, because obviously we need the 100. I've got plenty of belts. I accidentally left this thing unlimited. We've got quite a few belts there. We've got the power. We've got the advanced circuits. So let's grab these frames. They're in here. Just a couple. But this should be 2,500. So 500, 1,000, 2,000, 2.5. And then same here. Cool. That should be 2.5 of each. And then it wanted the 500 advanced circuits, which should be in this one. Thank you very much. Let's head over to the elevator, freight elevator, because that's what we're after. And we'll see what's next. So we want to go to here. Alright, back to the freight elevator. Alright, you ready? Prepare the freight elevator.
Standardized sector production quota fulfilled. Freight elevator restrictions lifted.
Excellent work, both of you. We should rest for a while before we depart. I know this reconstruction has been long and difficult.
You sound tired, sir. Are you alright?
These limitations in our memories are irritating. I know that much of what I am able to remember was highly classified, but I can no longer recall the intention behind it. Someone was desperate, abusing their power. Something is not as it was.
Sir, if you're not telling me something that could help us rescue the crew or get out of here...
I understand my duties precisely, Sergeant. Choose your next words very carefully.
You don't have to keep secrets from me, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so we have an elevator now. And then this area is unlocked.
I can see a few things in this office, but the real prizes are in that warehouse. It might be a while before we can get in there.
Rapid construction doctrine. Okay. That's just about rules and regulations intended to maximize the general productivity of all the expeditions through a standardized order of operations. A sprint is on. Look around. And this one? Caravan. Man. Official, everyone Sector Victor is way behind schedule on getting their PT all the way up. No coolant yet, and it's becoming a serious problem. No surprise that far out. Nothing on the shed from EFES. Can't change up the EFES schedule. It's official, everyone. Whole sector is full of water, and they have, or at least they should have, mountains of belts. Anybody that deep knew they would have to start improvising at some point. Tell whoever it is down there to figure it out. Okay, so Victor was behind schedule. Look at all that. Of course, I need another thing. 400 advanced circuits, 45 cooling system. Well, you can have them. I don't have the 400 advanced circuits. I've got about 200 back at base. Mark II threshers. Okay. And obviously some crank generator Mark IIs, but there's not much on the chest. Some more building materials. Yeah, not the greatest. I want the 400 circuits. I want to get in there. So it may be time. Nope. I want to go up there. Let me waste a little bit more of my time and go and get some advanced circuits, and I will return once I have the 400. I have the 200 I had set aside for upgrading Victor. 219. Just throw that Atlantum in there. I need to go and do some mining, get some more of the Atlantum. But I definitely want this 400 circuits, so I'm going to play around a bit, and you guys will see me again once I've got these 400. So bear with me. Be back. Right, back over here at the elevator. I've got this sitting up here, and I did some tech that allows the cranks to run for 30 minutes. Now, one of these Thresher Mark IIs runs at 1200, which is one crank generator. I've put one of the explosive drills up on top of the hill here where we've got some Atlantum. And when you get the chunks, it's equivalent of 25 bits instead of just, you know, cleaning up around. So I've just got this drill sitting here. Just give him some explosives, and then bring it down to thresh at the Mark II. The Mark II is just quicker. It doesn't matter. I could put a Mark I here. It wouldn't matter. You still get the same outputs, but that allows me to just thresh down the chunks and get a bigger amount out. I've got the 400 ready to go. Let's see what happens. Oop. All right.
Ah, this is where they kept the good stuff. Advanced machinery and upgrades that would have come down from on high. Scan it all, Breaker. You earned it.
Right. So let's see what we got here. Up there, just another one. Scan this in. Mist grass. Okay, that's... Yeah. The Similar Mark II, I really want to get these things up and running because they seem like they're fairly quick, which is what I need. I want a way of limiting... Data not found. I need a way of limiting the amount going into a machine. Pack size 4 is available in the tech tree. Flatten is available. Tunneling, I've got them. Alright, look. Could take a moment. Second one of these will give us the ability to make them, I believe. Is that how it works? Yeah, so that's now available in the tech tree. There. So we do need to unlock the next level of Victor, which I'm just need a few more items. But yeah, we'll be able to unlock the Thresher Mark II, which is great. Let's see if we get... I've got a relay circuit. Okay. So we're not getting the actual Mark IIs, but we are getting materials for them. Again, it's handy. I don't know what any of this is.
These are pieces of the Excalibur, right? That giant tunnel borer you drove us all down here in.
Yes. Every facility and piece of equipment you see anywhere on Calyx was once a part of the Excalibur.
It always seemed unnecessarily complicated to me. Why couldn't we just dig a giant hole and throw everything in it?
The Excalibur was designed to have structural pieces removed from it as we descended, enabling us to industrialize new sectors from the moment of the discovery. Your giant hole strategy would have lacked this sophistication.
Okay. So that stack capacity... These ones, I'd like to know a little bit more about these once we get that unlocked. Let's look upstairs. Ooh. I think these are just... We're just getting frames, some drills, which is still good. A few more things to scan and then this area is complete. Something there. Rush 3. Anything else here? That's everything. We got these couple of boxes here. I don't see anything else to scan. Anything else hidden away? They like to hide things. All right. So we got some story. We got a few other bits and pieces. I don't know what jumping into the elevator is going to do. I know we really need a few other bits and pieces, but I mean we can go and check it out. Hoping I can go back down again.
It's good to see that the self-repair routines on the elevators have kept them as intact as the production terminals.
Colonel, just tell me. Do you think we're going to find anybody else?
Yes. If nothing else, I believe Pacific is alive. Flag officer restrictions could not be maintained on these elevators if their vital signs did not remain. However, the emergency code I used to initialize the elevator, the Phoenix Protocol, was an option of last resort. It was created to function only if less than 5% of the entire expeditionary force could be detected within Calyx.
5%?
I do not know why. But there is no doubt now that very few of us remain.
So, they're gone. They're really gone. My entire crew.
And the quota is an even greater mystery. To expect such a small remainder of our forces to uphold so much production. It is as if Command had some expectations that this could happen. But why?
Warning. Mechanical integrity failing.
System! Halt elevator!
Breaker, search the panel for a manual brake lever.
Hold on. It should be. Override. Almost. Wait. Sparks. Sparks.
Sparks? What?
Quickly! Find something to hold on to!
Sparks. I can save you. Integrity failure corrected. Alarm state deactivated. Returning to origin for analysis and self-repair.
Sergeant, was this is the message? Speaking to you.
I don't know. I've never heard it talk like that. Or say my name. Or say anybody's name.
We are alive because of it.
No, there has to be an explanation. We have to take it apart. Breaker, I want you
Sergeant, we must put this aside. We are not safe here. When the elevator stops, we will exit. We will find the answer to this together. You are not alone.
I'm not sure whether I was meant to see video during that. But obviously that didn't work for us. Now I have no idea what's next. Did we just continue unlocking things?
For now, the freight elevator is not our focus. There's a strong possibility that the initiation of the Phoenix Protocol will have unintended consequences. Consequences for which we should prepare. Let us regroup at Sector Victor and continue to expand our operations.
I believe it is time we put our cards on the table. I told you not to come here.
The freight elevator. So, it was sabotage. It was you. Why?
Because my actual orders were not to kindly suggest that you sit tight. They were to prevent anyone from departing Sector Victor at any cost. And they came from people who do not answer to you, Colonel.
Are you out of your mind? You could have killed us!
When we made landfall on Calyx, how many years were you told we had to complete our mission? 10? 12? What if I told you that the corner-cut monstrosity that brought us here was damaged along the way, and that it was no more than 5? 5 years! And only a small group of scientists told the truth, so we could understand the urgency of our new mission. To discover or invent technologies that would make it all work out somehow anyways. And so, we struggled ever since. Even at the cost of appearing aloof, reckless, and yes, out of our minds, to the rest of you. I do not wish to harm anyone, but I have a directive, and no time for distractions.
Ma'am, if the way things look down here is any indication, I'm guessing we've all been out of action for a lot longer than 5 years. You might be doing all this for nothing.
No, the rapid decay you are witnessing is an effect of the energy wave I mentioned earlier. Even if it appears that thousands of years have gone by, it has only been several months since the activation of the cryostasis chamber that first triggered it.
Several months. So Calyx is still close enough to Earth. We could still get out of here.
Yes, though as your little Phoenix protocol trick has shown, it seems unlikely that many of us remain in the first place. Which brings me to what I want. The Groundbreaker. By virtue of possessing the only intact human body in all of Sector Victor, I can only conclude that they must be the person who was in that cryopod. Which means they may know something about the energy wave.
The Groundbreaker is unable to communicate due to a malfunction with their suit. We have made several attempts.
Perhaps we can try harder. And if you had not somehow interrupted my attempt to immobilize them underneath a collapsing elevator, this would have been much easier. But since you did, I will honor your earlier request to contact Command and arrange for your rescue. We'll speak soon. All of us.
Connection terminated.
This rescue really doesn't feel like a rescue.
Even for Mirage, this level of disregard is beyond the pale. There's more she is not telling us.
I'm just relieved to hear we aren't a million years from home.
Local signal deciphered. Ingress PRXXXX report to production terminal Victor for triangulation.
A facility door with no serial number?
This may be related to the Phoenix protocol that I initiated earlier. An entrance accessible to us now that the expedition is in a formal state of emergency.
Understood. We're on it.
Signal triangulated. New location added to HUD. Undertow.
There. Oh, there it is. We go and have a look before we wrap up the episode. These things are really good and cheap. I found out that it's just some concrete powder and a frame, and you get these things, the 3x3s. Okay, so can we see where this is on our map? Alright, let's head towards it. Not exactly sure where you're going. Heading in direction, I guess. have brought that a lantern thing to here, actually. Oop, missed. Is it on the other side of the ship here?
Escape pod access granted. Do not proceed unless authorized.
This doesn't look like the way to an escape pod.
No, it does not.
Alright, this is definitely not an escape pod. Where are we?
Pulse room initialized. Emergency reboot required.
A surveillance and intelligence room. Likely a contingency planned for by Pacific, with access available only to them. The designation of this place as an emergency escape pod seems to have been a deception.
But if there were no escape pods, that means...
The implications are disturbing, but we must press on.
Attention, this is an emergency recording. Speaker identities have been obscured pending executive order of the assembled Nations Council.
The place beneath Sector Victor is not light. What we are now calling Sector Zulu does not and could not have been discovered until our survey of Victor was complete. But it has no resources. Apart from some unusual ruins, the first evidence of in Sector Alpha, there is nothing to the expedition. Accordingly, you will undertake into the absence of anything pilot in our logs as an unremarkable mineral survey. What should I file if I do file nothing? I will find you.
That was Pacific, right? Talking to some groundbreaker they were sending below the sector on some kind of secret solo mission?
The distortion was very heavy, but Pacific and an unknown groundbreaker are most likely. We must gather all of these and return to the pulse room to power it regardless. Do not jump to conclusions.
Reboot complete. Power levels critical. Establish tap wire circuit to initialize long-range sensors.
I get it. These tap wire things do more than just listen to people. There are also batteries that suck up thermal energy around them to act as a power backup for this equipment.
Oh my.
The long-range sensors that this room promises us could be of great value, Sergeant. I want these tap wires recovered and returned here as soon as possible.
Okay, so get out of here. Out we go. Alright, so obviously we now have a new thing to look for. We've got all these blobs around the map here that we're going to need to branch out and find. I don't know if there's any showing on this map. So let's head out of here. Not sure which is going to be our best way of finding them. And it's how far away they are is the next piece. Let's just choose one. We'll go this direction. I think this one's probably the closest. Got a lot of mining charges for this sort of thing. Slow touch. Further out than it seems. Oh, hello. Okay, I have been in here. This is one of the areas I found when I was running around trying to find bits and pieces, but obviously there's other things here. This is where you can scan and get some, you know, bits and pieces, but okay, there's one up here somewhere. Above. How do I get up there? Where?
This looks like another one of those eavesdropping bugs we found in the pulse room. We should scan this and bring it back.
Hidden within the structure, it seems. Clever. Disgraceful.
What we down there, those cubes and how they... I can't stop thinking about it. Precisely my... The entire expedition became focused distraction. I know. We had distractions already, and out of time. If you... sealing the entrance, I am more than replacing you with somebody who... I'm fine. I'll meet you when it's done. No. When done, we never meet again.
Interesting. So I've got some running around to do to find all these things. Obviously, way out in the map, I'm going to need a few more explosives. Yeah, a way of finding each and every one of these things. I'm just running back to base for now, just to wrap up the episode. So thank you all for watching. Leave those comments below. I'm going to have to explore to get to each of these things. Now, obviously, there's one more out there, but we need to find all of... Oops, missed. We need to find all of these things to get the rest of the story, which again is going to be fun. So thanks everyone for watching. Comments below. We'll come back next time, and I'll run around and get as many of these in one hit as I can. But yeah, until then, thanks a lot. See you next time.